Dr. Shell here, and I'm excited that we can come together once again for an exciting chapel time. Do you like my hat? This is a very special hat that you get when you earn a doctor's degree, which means you have to go to school for a long time. And this was my fourth college degree and my PhD. And the reason I'm wearing my fancy graduation hat is because we are going to be talking about something. We're going to do some serious learning today. So I need you to put on your thinking cap so that we can really learn and dig in hard today. We've been talking about things that we know for sure. And I want to talk about knowing that God exists, that He is there with us all the time. And so we're going to be talking about the name of God today. So we have to go to the story of Moses and the burning bush. You probably know that story. Moses escaped from Egypt, and he lived in the desert for a long time, and he was herding sheep, and he saw a bush that was on fire. But it was odd because even though the bush was on fire, it wasn't burning all the way up. And so Moses thought, well, I'm going to go look at this. And as Moses approached the bush, God spoke to him, told him to take his shoes off because the place he was standing was holy ground. And this is all found in Exodus chapter 3. And I want to read a little bit of that. The Lord saw that Moses turned aside. God called to him and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, here am I. And God said, do not come any near. Remove the sandals from your feet, for the place in which you are standing is holy ground. And God said to him also, I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. Then Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look at God. And God said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people who are in Egypt, and I have given heed to their cry because of their taskmasters, and I am aware of their suffering. So I have come down to deliver them from the power of the Egyptians, and bring them up from that land to a good and spacious land, a land flowing with milk and honey. Now behold, the cry of the sons of Israel have come up to me. Furthermore, I have seen the oppression which the Egyptians have oppressed them. Therefore, come now, and I will send you to Pharaoh, that you can bring my people, the sons of Israel, out of Egypt. So God speaks to Moses and said, I'm the God of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, and I know the Israelites are suffering, and I have come down to bring them out of Egypt. And you, Moses, are going to be the one to do it. Wouldn't that be scary? God appears to you in a bush, and then he says, I'm going to give you a job to do, and you have to do it. You have to bring all the people out of Egypt. Now listen to what Moses said. Moses said to God, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the sons of Israel out? And God said, certainly I will be with you. And then Moses said, but what if the children of Israel say to me, the God of your fathers, who is this God? What am I supposed to say to them? And then God said to Moses, I am who I am. This is what you will say to the children of Israel. I am has sent me to you. So it's interesting. Moses, after God tells him he has this job to do, Moses said, who am I? Now, Moses knew what his name was. It wasn't like he was confused. He meant, why? I'm not that important. I'm a nobody. I'm a shepherd out in the desert trying to hide so the king doesn't find me. Who am I? I'm not that important. And in a way, God sort of said, well, you're right. You're not that important. But I am with you. Boys and girls, maybe sometimes you feel like you're not that important. Maybe you feel like you're not the oldest one in your family. You're not the smartest one in your class. You're not the best at sports. Maybe sometimes you feel like nobody notices you and you don't think you're important. Moses felt like that too. And God's answer to that was not to try to boost Moses up and say, no, really, Moses, you are smarter, you are faster, you are taller. No, God said, I am with you. That makes you somebody. What makes you somebody is that God is always with you. Now that ought to make you sit up straight. That ought to make you feel really good about yourself to say, you know what, the God of the universe is with me. And that's what makes me somebody. Now, then comes the interesting part. Moses is kind of coming around to the idea that he should go and do this. But then he's like, wait a minute. I just met you. Who am I supposed to say did I meet in the desert? The God of your fathers. Who are you? And then, this is why I had to wear my thinking cap today. God tells him something very special, and I want to write it in Hebrew. Now, I live in a family of teachers. My wife is a teacher. My daughter's a teacher. I'm a teacher. So luckily, we had this little winky chalkboard. I don't know why, but here it is. And I got this gigantic thing of chalk. So a little tiny chalkboard, giant thing of chalk. And I'm going to write this in Hebrew. I've been studying Hebrew since I went to college. It's the language that the Old Testament was written in, and I just love it. I just think it's awesome. So I'm going to write the name of God on this chalkboard. So it's written backwards. Hebrew is backwards to English. So we have 4 letters, and it looks like this. And we say it Yahweh. We read backwards, so it's Yahweh. Oh, I can't find it. There you go. Yahweh. Can you say that, boys and girls? Yahweh. Look, now you know some Hebrew. So these 4 letters are the words for God in Hebrew, and it means I am with you. It means I am. I just am. In the book of Genesis, it says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. It doesn't try to explain where he came from, how to get there. God just is. And boys and girls, that most awesome message today is that God is. And that was the message that Moses was going to bring to the children of Israel. God is. God is with you. God is there tomorrow when we get there. God is with us. So that's the good news. That's the message for you today. This is your Hebrew word lesson of the week. Yahweh, God is. And because God is, we can face suffering and pain and difficulties because we know that God is with us. So I hope that was good on your thinking cap today. So know that God is with you and that you can face everything confidently, knowing that God is. All right, God bless you. Talk to you next week.